Welcome back to my channel. I hope you're all are doing well, and let's get right into it. So I feel like someone needs to hear this, and you may feel less happy than you want to feel. You may feel a little alone, and the harder you try, the less happy you feel or the less calm you feel, and you're not alone. And I think sometimes it's because we have the wrong idea of what happiness, like the reason for it, or we have the wrong goal in mind, right? The goal is not to always feel perfectly happy as a human. You know that our human experience, we have to experience the good and the bad. So it's balance. And once you start to understand that and realize that the purpose of life and the goal of life isn't to just constantly feel bliss and joy, because if you really stop and think about it, you wouldn't be able to if you hadn't experienced something that was less than desirable, right? I mean, think about that for a second. If you don't know what it feels like to feel less than happy, happiness wouldn't be a thing, right? So we have to have the balance. We have to have something to compare it to. That's why we want to feel happy, because we know what it feels like to not feel happy, right? So then we strive for that. But it's also, what did you learn? What are you learning in the times that are tough, through the struggles? It's about a lesson. It's learning, and it's teaching, and it's kind of humbling, right? When we have to struggle and then pick ourselves back up and learn ourselves better. You learn more about yourself and the people in your life when you go through the tough times, typically, not as much through the joyful times, because those are typically easy. But I don't know about you, but no one ever promised me life was easy. It doesn't have to be about just, oh, you can't be happy when you're struggling sometimes. We all struggle sometimes. That's part of life. It's more important about how do you respond to it? How do you react to it? What kind of energy do you carry afterwards? How do you treat people in those struggles? And what are you learning? What are you learning? That's the most valuable thing. And I mean, we're all going to have worries sometimes. We're all going to have struggles sometimes. If we don't have the balance, if we don't have the opposite, you have to have the opposite of something to be able to experience something. And even be able to appreciate it. Would we appreciate the joyful times and having more peace if we didn't understand what it felt like to not have that? I don't think so. I don't think we would. And we're all humans going through, we have the same emotions. We all have struggles. No one's here just having perfect happiness all the time. And it's because we're not meant to. And just the faster we accept that, and accept that it's okay to be unhappy sometimes, and it's okay to feel those tough emotions and to have those tough times, and really it's how you handle it from there, I think, that matters. I think it's what you learn from it and the energy that you carry on afterwards, and how you treat people in those interactions. Do you leave the interaction better than you entered it? I think that's a huge success, especially if you think about it from not spreading, if you're going through a tough time but you're not taking it out on the people around you, and you try to spread more peace for others, and you're not trying to take it out on other people. I think that's wonderful. If, in my opinion, the more positive energy and the better response to things that we put out in the world, then the better we get back and the better we typically feel. Right? I mean, it feels good to make other people feel good and to help other people. And that's a form of it. And so it's just really about what we're learning and how we're responding to the tough times. That's the most important thing. Not so much that we're having the tough times, right? Because everybody has the tough times sometimes, and everybody has the good times sometimes. And it's really just your perspective on it. And we all get to choose our viewpoint on how something, how we want to view a situation is really our choice. And like how we want to feel about it moving forward and what energy we hold on to or let go of, that's our choice. So do you want to keep holding on to negative energy and attracting more of that into your life and spreading that into the world? Or do you want to accept that, yes, it's a tough time, but you can get through it and the happiness is coming, and you spread more of that, and that light will reflect back to you. I believe that. And I find that just understanding and accepting that it's okay. Sometimes I think we're taught that we're not supposed to feel any negativity, or have any negative emotions, or have, that we're just supposed to be happy all the time, or we're doing something wrong. It's like, once I realize that isn't actually the goal in life, and that isn't even realistic, it takes pressure off, and it automatically makes you feel more calm and at peace and happy. Just that simple mindset shift. That simple mindset shift of that's not the goal, to always be happy, and that it's okay to understand and accept that humans are going to not be happy sometimes, and we're going to have tough times, negative emotions, whatever you want to call it, right? And that it's okay. Let yourself feel it. It's normal. It's human. Take that pressure off. And I'll bet that you'll automatically start to just feel a little bit more calm, a little bit more peace, and with consistency of reminding yourself of that and kind of living that way, that understanding, having the balances is what it's all about. It's about the lesson and how we respond to it and what we take from it and what we learn, and then what we put back out into the world. And I know for me, it allows good to come back in. I hope that's landing for someone. I feel someone needed to hear that, and I know that it was important for me when I understood that. So yeah, so take that, like, share, subscribe, all the things if you want, and I'll see you guys here next time. Bye.